I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse. Now that's why I want this part of the show to belong to Mickey.
Hello there. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you're having yourself a great day. I'm doing okay today, and today we're going to take a look at a massive Walt Disney Mickey Mouse book. This thing is huge, and it weighs a lot. I think you can get this in a smaller version, but when I buy something, it's got to go big, and I absolutely love this book. It is got some really cool stuff inside of it, and I'm going to share that with you. As you can see, it's the ultimate history of Mickey Mouse, and I've always been a huge fan of Mickey Mouse ever since I was little. When I went to Disney World when I was 5 years old, and it grew and grew as I got older, and we, even though I live about 14 plus hours away from Disney World, a few times we actually got annual passes, and we would drive all the way down, sometimes only staying a day or two, and then we would drive back. But that's when I was much younger. Can't do that anymore. But oh my gosh, this thing is getting heavy. So let me go ahead and put this down, and we'll go ahead and check this out. Alrighty, so here we go. As you can see, it is a very big book. I'm actually out of breath. I had to go over and I wanted to weigh it to see how much it weighs. And it's 13 pounds. It's so heavy that they put it inside a box, and it even has its own handle to carry. I would suggest, if you're going to store this away, not to put these tabs in, because it's hard to get them out sometimes, and it starts to wear on the box. So if you really care about keeping this in good shape, I would suggest maybe trying not to use those tabs. And then when you're done pulling these tabs out, you just pull this up. It has these other big tabs. And then you pull this up, and there is the book. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the box and try to support this, which I can't do for long. Oh, Jesus. And then we put this bad baby down. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this is actually a silk material, and Mickey Mouse is actually kind of like a cardboard that's been inlaid into the book itself. Let me see if I can show you that. If you can see on camera, he's glossy, and he's basically embedded into the book. So they did a lot of nice design work on this. Here is the spine, and I apologize if the camera shakes. This I'm trying to. Here is the back, and like I mentioned, well, it's got good old Mr. Walt Disney on the back there. But it's very nice. It's, like I said, it's a silk material, and let's go ahead and lay this down. It even has its own bookmark fabric. It's like a silk string, and we'll go ahead and open this up. I've only opened this a few times just because I want it to stay in good shape, but I know not everyone can afford a book. I probably couldn't at the time. I believe this was pretty expensive. It's one of my more expensive books, which I'll share with you again at some other time, my other ones. But we'll go ahead and take a look at this. Like I said, it's basically going through the whole history of Mickey Mouse. There's Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. And I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing. It was all started by a mouse. Walt Disney, October 27th, 1954. So that is when he said it. And as you can see, oh my God, I forget what it's called, footnote or whatever you want to call it, is actually by Bob Iger. I never paid attention in class in school for English and such. Here are all the different letters, either written to Walt Disney or maybe some fan letters and such. and there's I love this painting. It is by John Hench. It is a really cool painting. It's different than a normal thing you would see. It was, let's see, does it say what year it was done? 1953. So kind of, I like that has the statue in the background of Mickey. I actually have a similar one to that because they reproduced them. Here is an older Mickey Mouse book. I think I actually own that one somewhere. And yeah, they have a lot of different posters and such. I'm trying to see. I think I'm going to put something underneath this book so that it's a slight angle and out of the glare. Let me put good old SpongeBob under there. There we go. That's a little better. And let's go ahead and turn the next page. And I love the traditional Mickey Mouse stuff. Not so much the new stuff. I don't like the new cartoons that much. And it must have been so cool back in the day to go to a movie theater and watch Mickey Mouse shorts. And people had the little Mickey Mouse masks they used to give out, which are really creepy looking. It's a very famous photo of Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney. And here is people actually watching a Mickey Mouse short on the street. It's a bunch of people in 1931. A mouse is born, and then they give a bunch of, this is the original drawings of Mickey Mouse back in the day by, oh my gosh, I must forget his name for a minute. Yeah, originally, as you probably already know the story, Disney produced a bunch of cartoons, and their main character at first was Oswald. But Walt Disney lost the rights to that, and he had to come and create his own. And iWorks was the person who actually created or drew Mickey Mouse. Sadly, he didn't get as much credit for things as he should have. He was an incredible artist, and he actually left the Walt Disney Company at one point. But yeah, this stuff, it has a lot to read. I'm not going to sit here and try to read it all to you. I can't see it anyway. So, but there is a lot of really cool early drawings of Mickey Mouse. This is from Plain Crazy. Same here. And these are the layouts of how they do the stories. And let's see. Oh, what it would be like. I can only imagine being able to own some of these. Sadly, these early drawings and all the animation cells, crazy enough, they used to wipe out the animation cells so they would draw on the clear acetate, use them for an episode, and then they would wash them off and reuse them. And sadly, a lot of original art from that time was lost, which is really sad. But nowadays, animation cells are worth a ton of money. The crazy thing is you used to be able to get them at Disneyland. They had a store, and you could go in and buy original animation cells for really cheap until they realized they were worth a lot of money, and they stopped doing that. But I would have loved back in the time to be able to get them. I do own some animation cells. Not a lot of Disney ones, unfortunately. They're very expensive. But to have these drawings would be so awesome. And these are like a lot of original background drawings, which were very, as you can see, pretty plain for back in the day. Nowadays, like Ivan Earl's backgrounds for Sleeping Beauty were absolutely gorgeous, and an insane amount of time done on them. That's actually what took so long to make the movie. I could just imagine owning all that stuff right now. It would be crazy. And this McCall patterns, you could actually make your own Mickey Mouse stuffed animal and Minnie. And you can actually still buy those patterns on eBay. And I've been tempted, but I got to find someone who is really good at sewing to produce those. And here's a lot of Mickey Mouse merch. as the young ones call it now. This is scary as heck. These are some of the original masks back in the day for Mickey Mouse. He's come a long way. Here's the intro that you used to see in a bunch of early pictures. You can actually purchase all the original Mickey Mouse cartoons on a box set, and I'm going to have a future video about that. I own most of them. A lot of them got very expensive now. The fourth series of Donald Duck goes for several hundreds of dollars. And the Cactus Kid. A lot of these will eventually be in public domain. So far, Steamboat Willie and Plane Crazy are available. And as the world goes on in days and years, they'll be worth or I should say, they should be available for public domain. Sorry, in my head I can hear a cat scratching at the door. But this is so clean. That artwork is so nice. They definitely cleaned up Mickey a lot from the early days on. I guess I should probably move a little faster. This video will be 3 hours long. But it's nice to see a lot of these photos you wouldn't normally see. I own a lot of Disney books, and this one definitely has a lot of photos that aren't repeated in other books. So if you're looking for a Disney book that has a lot of original stuff in it, I would definitely suggest this one. I wish I could afford or even find some of the old Disney merchandise. Most of the stuff I have in my collection is newer stuff. I love these posters. I know one place has made rugs of these. Some of these old posters, you can actually buy them as small rugs that you can put out, and I think they're usually start around $75. They come in different sizes, but I love this. I never understood this much, but I always saw the asbestos sign in the back of the animated backgrounds, and as we know nowadays, asbestos is very dangerous and can cause cancer and so on. But I love these old posters. I'm trying to think. I have another book that I'm going to share with you that has a lot of Mickey Mouse stuff in it also. Here's a group picture with all the people who worked on Disney features. Oh geez, Mickey's taking his ear off. Some of the early stuff was a little over the top. These are the early cartoons. You can actually buy books. I have them. I'll have to share with you another time. Books that have all the newspaper animated cartoons in the newspaper back in the day, and you can actually get them all in one book. This is scary. That is one of the heads that they used to wear at showings or airings of Disney cartoons. Probably give kids nightmares, but I absolutely love this art, the old style art. That's one thing. I haven't looked at this book in a long time, so if you hear me kind of just a little slow at talking about things, it's because I haven't looked at it in a very long time. These are cool. I know someone who owns these. He has an insane original collection of all old Mickey Mouse stuff. It's absolutely an incredible collection. He lives fairly close to me. I'd love to go there, but ever since COVID, he doesn't have a lot of people over, and I can understand. I mean, his stuff should definitely go into a museum, and hopefully it does. That people can continue to watch. Look at these scary faces. Hopefully you can see them on there. They are really scary masks, but I'd love to have one. Let's go on and on. There's another beautiful one. And the pages are very thick. That's why you see me checking, because I don't want to miss a page for you. But I haven't looked yet. I didn't think about it beforehand, but you might be able, oh, this is one that I saw as a rug available. It was either Home Depot or Lowe's. I know also they have them on Target's website. So if you're ever interested in getting throw rugs of these, that's where you can find them. And there's some more of them. I like how simple they are, but they're really nice. And I've watched probably every single one of these cartoons. I do want to go back and look at them again and maybe do some videos on them. I'm not sure if that's something you all would be interested in, but love this. And I noticed when I was doing an unboxing of cards once, this particular photo was on a card, but they had the date for it, 1990 something. I'm like, no, I know that's not correct, and it wasn't. It was, I believe, 1930 something. I don't see it on here, the date. It just says what poster it's for, but I know they had the wrong date on it. I guess people, and I even said I'd offer to, because it's in China, so you know their translations always aren't great and so on, but. I've got so many directions how to do things of items sold by or made in China, and the wording is horrible. This is another one that's also a rug you can buy. This one's called a Mad Doctor. But yeah, these are just so much fun to look at. And here's the panoramic drawing of how the camera would move up and take pictures or individual shots for every frame. I'm sure probably a lot of you who watch my videos already know this stuff, but in an animated cartoon, there's 24 frames per second. So each movie or show can have tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of drawings just for one cartoon. But Disney did an amazing job at even their early stuff. Here's original drawings. You don't usually see the mini one ever, but this is the original drawing of Mickey Mouse that was used on tons of merchandise. It's still used to this day a lot. Actually, I remember the last time I went to Disney, they had that on a bunch of t-shirts. But it's just so cool to see the stuff that you don't see on film. A lot of it is like off-camera drawings that are like the full drawing that you don't see. These are so beautifully drawn. These are just rough sketches to show the animators and stuff. And there's a poster for that. But I definitely love the old stuff more than I do the newer stuff. Donald Duck was scary back in the day. His original duck bill was very long, and it was kind of creepy. But here's another original animation cell. Back in the day, they actually did draw in black and white up until Walt Disney realized when he saw what was introduced, one of the first people ever to have color or access to the color process, he redrew some of the animated shorts that were closer to the time of using actual color film, and he had some redone, or he knew it was going to be coming up, so he also changed other ones to be in color. I love this old Macy's Day Parade Mickey Mouse. They should bring that out. And I did read somewhere that they're actually going to have Minnie Mouse in this year's Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade. So I'll have to watch that. I always watch it anyways. And here's when we started getting into more merchandise. This is Mickey on bread, and then they have come out with soups and watches. As you can see here, these are all ads for Mickey Mouse watches. I don't own any of the really old stuff, but I would like to get some. And here's a lot of Disney merchandise from back in the day. These are all paper. The ads for them. There's a Mickey Mouse train set. The Mickey Mouse Ingersoll watch. That is one of the first Mickey Mouse watches. And those would be awesome to own. There's a Mickey Mouse record. And I see that they still make records these days and even have some Disney ones out. They have some really nice picture discs with Mickey and other items like different animated movies. And here's a bunch of stuff, I guess, to give out on Christmas. They have a bunch of different merchandise there. And here we go into color. And here is the bookmark. As I mentioned, it even has Mickey Mouse on it. So I just left it where it was. I believe it was in between here. So I just leave that in here. Actually, I should move it up a little so it's not going to get bent. I don't want that ruined. Here we go. We're starting into color cartoons. That is a great animated short band concert. I love this episode. It's Mickey ice skating along with Donald Duck. It's a great cartoon. This is Polo. Polo was a huge thing back in the day. Disney loved Polo. Whoops. Here's some bunch of drawings with lots of kids or nephews. Tons of mice. And here's some more colored backgrounds. Getting into more colored cartoons. I love this episode also. It's Mickey's Elephant. That's a good one. And Mickey is a magician. Mickey's Circus. Magician Mickey. The Adventures of Mickey Mouse. That is one of the first Walt Disney Mickey Mouse books. First major feature of Mickey Mouse. And a British edition also. And these are, I love these pop-up books for back in the day. And here's some cutouts you can do of Mickey Mouse. Those are cool. Should scan them and make them big and reprint them or make them. That would be fun. And here is a bunch of other tons of Disney merchandise in color. Here is, I know someone who has this. The guy I mentioned with the old Disney collection has these old Mickey lights. The amount of stuff he has is insane. He actually used to work creating the artwork for the boxes and so on. But all this stuff is so cool. If you get the book, you can enjoy it more yourself. I'm not going to stand forever on there because this video would be really long. But I thought you would enjoy this book. And here's a fold-out. I'm sure I get the right way. I can't get this all on camera. Actually, I kind of can. But there you go. You can see some really cool stuff. And I always try to be really careful folding these back because they can get wrecked. So make sure you are careful doing so. And there's the Mickey. That's scary. Look at that. It's each state with its own Mickey Mouse in it. Mine would be right here. So I have, I'm not sure, horse collar and Mickey Mouse and I think Goofy. I used to live up there in Rhode Island. Here's some more. There's the Clock Cleaners. That's a great episode. I love that one. It's a really good one. I think you can actually watch it on Disney Plus, so I would suggest watching it if you get a chance. It's really good. This is another good episode. I like this one too. I love the old shorts. This is my absolute favorite. It's Brave Little Tailor. But yeah, that's a good one too. Society Dog. Basically, it's Mickey Mouse is putting Pluto in a dog contest, and then Pluto falls in love. Mr. Mouse Takes a Trip. That's a good one too. This is the original model sheet that animators would use to make sure they draw the same way as everyone else. Everyone had to follow the same thing. Otherwise, there would be all different variations of Mickey Mouse or any other animated feature. This is from Fantasia. I absolutely love Fantasia also. It did not do that great at the beginning, but then it became a classic, as with a bunch of Disney movies, just like Sleeping Beauty did not do well. It was a box office flop, actually, and then over being reshown and people just falling back in love with it, or for the first time, and then it became a much bigger success. or there wouldn't have been, you know, a Maleficent movie and so on. There's a bunch of color comics from newspapers. And like I said, you can get a book that has all these in it. And I will be sharing that in a future video. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, please do subscribe and like the video. I greatly appreciate it. I wanted to get a break from showing you trading cards and figures all the time, so I thought we would do this because, you know, if you're going to put money into an expensive book, you kind of want to know what's in it. So I don't want to ruin it for you or anything, but at least you get an idea of what is inside. And you could sit and read all these comics. I did read some of them. Some of them are very risque or inappropriate, I would say. I had a bookmark in there from when I was looking at this last time. Yeah, some of them are very, not very politically correct, I would say. Especially these days. Gosh, yeah, stuff would not fly these days. There's a pen. My mom used to work at a pen company for a little bit, and she used to bring home Mickey Mouse pens for me. I still have them somewhere. Mickey Mouse magazine, which I wish I'd loved to have the early episodes of those issues. Some more original drawings. This is one reason I picked this book up. It has so many original drawings in it that you do not see. I like to see the process. I love bonus features on a DVD because you really get to see how things are made. And I have a huge interest in animation cells. I actually used to do some myself. I still have panoramic animation cell rolls that I got from Disney when they no longer used them. I got them from the company that produced them too. But unfortunately, my hands aren't as well as they used to be, and I would love to get back to doing them, but I'm not sure that I could. Sorry, I'm skimming through. I don't want to just take forever. I still got a little bit more than, or close to halfway to go. We're already at page 322. But as you can see, there's so much to enjoy. There's a lot to read, which sadly I can't see it. I guess I could use a phone app to have it read to me. Some looks like childish drawings, even though I think they're just for a storyboard. That's what it is. If you didn't know, almost every Disney movie or short or anything, they do storyboards, which basically they have a giant wall where they pin the process of each film or part, explaining what to the animators what's going on, and then they have to animate that. And Walt was great at acting out the scenes. It's getting harder for me to reach over here. Getting to the end here. What does that say? Mickey's Inventions. I'm not sure about that one. Hello, folks. Mickey on the Air. I guess they had radio shows. Ooh, I see pictures of Walt coming up. But yeah, I have a massive collection of Disney books. There's some I still have missing I need to get in a series of animator ones. This is really cool. They have like a little cutout. The Silver Age. And then you open it up. And there's good old Mr. Walt Disney. I wish I had grown up in the time that he was around. I do remember watching, when I was younger, on the little black and white TV my mom had. I remember sitting down and I would watch Disney, when they would broadcast from Disneyland, stuff like that. I do remember that. But sadly, he didn't live as long as everyone would have liked. That's I tell my kids, don't smoke. I mean, yeah, there's other things you can die from, but that's one that's really not good for you. But I'm going to do them anyways, but if you'd like to see more books, if that's something you like, I'll do more of those up, you know, up to more current videos. Then in the future, just let me know. That's a giant billboard for Mickey Mouse. That's really cool, fun and fancy free. That had to cost money. That's got a lot of Broadway style lights and everything. But yeah, I love looking at this stuff. So if it interests you all, just let me know, and I will definitely do some more. It's funny because when I watch some videos, it drives me nuts that people, like if they walk into a store, they kind of skim quickly through, or they only look at what they're interested in. That drives me nuts because I'll see something quick in the video. I'm like, oh, I wanted to see what they were looking at. This is another great Disney short. Willie, his name is Willie, the giant. There he is. Well, they got a lot of drawings from this one. Fun and fancy free. And I've seen old episodes with this guy who's supposed to be a ventriloquist. He was not good. You literally could see his mouth move. It was in a Disney episode once. There's good old Walt and Mickey Mouse taking over the world. That's a good short too. Mickey and the Seal. That's pretty funny. But yeah, this is what I was talking about, like a storyboard. Goes through the whole process of what they're thinking that the animators need to know. It's funny seeing Mickey change throughout the years. This is a different 50s, 60s style Mickey Mouse. His ears were a bit more flat shaped than the perfect round circle we're used to. Whoa, I just lost the thing behind it because the weight of the book actually pushed it down. I'm going to move that back here. Oh, whoops, sorry again. I hate when I do that. It's hard for me to get in here and show you this. I guess I could have showed you from the opposite way, upside down. But there is Mickey and Walt again, with the same picture from the beginning that I showed you. And this is modernizing Mickey. 10 cents for a comic book, if only. Things are like $4 or more nowadays for a comic. But yeah, there's lots and lots and lots of comic books of Mickey Mouse. I used to, back in the 80s, I would buy the Mickey Mouse comic books, from Walden's bookstore, which used to be around. There no longer exist, but there was a Walden's in my local mall, and that's where I purchased it, or them. Sadly, I did not keep them. I don't know what ever happened to them. There's lots of people going into Disneyland, sorry. That's a scary Mickey, look at that. And there it is. His head's kind of creepy. Giant head, little hands, and just a regular human body, it almost looks like. The characters have come a long way. And here they are acting out the scene. This is from the Mickey Mouse Club. I used to love watching the Mickey Mouse Club. There's actually a DVD of the Mickey Mouse Club. This is from the 50s and 60s. This was an interesting style. It was a TV commercial for a car company, and it was very interesting. I think it's called the Nash. I don't see it in the writing because it's very hard for me to see this. The Rambler, Nash Rambler, I believe that's what it was. And you can actually see the full commercial online. But yeah, he was a very interesting style of Mickey Mouse back then. And now, the modern age, this is older book. So the modern age, it's gone quite a while since this version. That's another hipster looking Mickey. I love all the different years behind him. And there's Mickey's Space Adventure. That was a video game by Tandy. And I think that's, yeah, that's the passing, I think of Mickey, passing of Mickey or Walt Disney. Let's see. Yes, this is from around the world, people paying tribute to Walt Disney, the death of Walt Disney in December 1966. So I definitely didn't see original broadcast of Walt Disney's Disneyland show that was on each week. It was repeats, I guess. I love this Mickey's Christmas Carol. It's one of my absolute favorites. And here we go into some pop art that is by Andy Warhol and some other artists. And then there's a modern Mickey, and that's from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I have this right behind me, actually. And if you don't believe me, hold on. Although my version is different. Oh, there were so many different ones of these. But as you can see, I actually have one. And I don't have a phone line in my house anymore because I took down the walls in my house a long time ago and moved in this house and made it more, up to date. And I cut the lines out kind of by accident because I removed a wall and I didn't realize it had so many wires in it. But we only use cell anyways. So yes, that is the rotary one. You would actually turn with your finger and wait forever for it to spin around. And so I have that phone. I have a few other ones too. It's Prince and the Pauper. Yeah, this is a great cartoon too, Runaway Brain. If you haven't ever seen that one, check it out. Here's Castle of Illusions. It's funny seeing people play these games now or updated versions. Here's a handheld Mickey game. I gotta find that one. That one looks pretty cool. Actually, I'm gonna put a bookmark in here and see if I can find that for not expensive. Some old stuff is worth a lot and costs a lot more, but we're wrapping it up in this book. But I say "but" off a lot. Sorry about that. But anyways, please do subscribe. Thumbs up the video. I greatly appreciate it. And as you can see, this is kind of more modern colored comics. They have comics of Mickey Mouse all around the world in different languages. I follow someone on Instagram who still does the Mickey Mouse cartoons over in Europe. But yeah, these are in, I think, Italian here. And look at that, it's 21st Century Mouse. Doing more of a 3D style, which I do not like. I'm a traditionalist in art, so I prefer the old stuff. Yeah, there's some more Mickey stuff. And this is this is fairly new, because this is that style I don't quite like, which is in the new Mickey ride. But if I remember, I will leave a link in the description. If I can find this book on Amazon, I'll let you know. Boy, this is pretty up to date. Then I didn't realize it was, because that, I believe, is a Apple Watch. My wife has one. If I could see better, I would own one too. But sadly, I can't see that small of writing and such. So we're gonna wrap it up here. Like I said, haven't already, please do subscribe, like the video, and I'd like to wish you all a magical day. And I will catch you in the next video.
I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.